Yeah, they hope that journey means winning a Super Bowl at home. It should be plenty of opportunity for OBJ in Los Angeles. The Rams run the highest percent of offensive plays with at least 3 wide receivers on the field this season at 87%. For context, the league average is just 61%. So from that standpoint, Ryan Clark, it makes a lot of sense. But do you like this move for OBJ and for the Rams?
See, when you say "and for the Rams," it's such a great move for the Rams, Laura. You just mentioned that they're in 11 personnel, which means there's only 1 tight end on the field, 1 running back, 3 wide receivers. So he will get an opportunity to get on the field, but Cooper Kupp gets 32% of the targets. Cooper Kupp is right now in a conversation with only Jerry Rice with 1,000 yards and 10 tubs in 9 games. And then you have Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee, you have Robert Woods. There's only 1 football on the field at one time. And this is my selfish friend take. This is the dude that's known OBJ since his freshman year at LSU. I just wanted him to get an opportunity to show people he was a top tier receiver again, that he was a top 10 to 15 guy, because I still see the talent. I see the ability to get open. I see the explosiveness. He's going to have to be a part of what the Rams do, not necessarily the focal point of the passing game like he could have been in New England, and like he could have been as a number 2 to Devontae Adams or as a number 2 to Tyreek Hill. Now he's 3 or 4 or whoever's open. And so I expected, or I at least thought, that he'd go somewhere that gave him an opportunity for more catches, right, for more targets. Now, what he can show is that he can be a team player. He can show that he can be a important piece to a great wide receiver room, but I don't think he gets the amount of targets that has someone sitting and waiting at the end of the season to make them their number 1 wide receiver and pay him that type of money. That's why I hate it. But if he had other priorities, which he's entitled to, because it's his life, because it's his job, if it's about winning championships and being in the place that you want to be, then the Rams is the spot, or the Rams are the spot for Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, I do think the whole potential to win a Super Bowl thing does factor in here big time for OBJ. Again, it's just a 1-year deal, so we'll see what he ends up doing after this season. But as we're waiting for Mina Kimes, she'll be joining us shortly. Ryan, do you think there's more pressure on Matthew Stafford to get the ball to OBJ? Because so much of the conversation in Cleveland was, hey, Baker Mayfield is not getting the ball to Odell Beckham Jr. enough. Now that pressure may be on Matt Stafford.
You know, I don't think so. I think Matt Stafford understands the pressure on him is to win championships. The pressure on him is to upgrade this team 1 tick above what Jared Goff was. And that 1 tick would be actually winning the Super Bowl, because Jared Goff got them an NFC championship. It got them to the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots, and they fell short. So that's what you're expecting from Matthew Stafford. And however you get that done, that's what Sean McVay wants. Sean McVay doesn't want you to force feed the football to Odell Beckham Jr. Yes, you want him to eat, but you don't want to have to force feed him. You want him to get his catches or get his opportunities in the flow of the offense in an organic manner. And I think that's the way that this team will play football. It's going to be a decision made. Who are you going to double? Who are you going to slide the free safety to, or the safeties to? And I still think when you watch the film and you see the juice that Odell Beckham Jr. still has, you're going to be scared to put your number 2 or number 3 corner all by himself on number 13 or 3 or whatever number he's going to wear in LA. It's going to be interesting to watch everything unfold, but I'm excited for him as long as he's happy.
All right, there's Mina Kimes. Hey, I just want to make a point of clarification here. Mina was not late to the show. We were just having some technical things. Hi, Mina. We're so glad.
Hello. Thank you.
Glad you're here. Mina, we just heard from Ryan talking about this OBJ signing that he likes for the Rams a lot, not as much for Odell. What do you think about this move?
Well, I agree that it's great for the Rams. I mean, obviously you can never have too much wide receiver depth, especially if you're a team that, like the Rams, lives in 11 personnel with 3 wide receivers on the field. I expect them, by the way, to use 4 wide receivers and 10 personnel more often. We've seen them go out of empty more this season. Their top draft pick, Tutu Atwell, did get hurt, so you just never know. It's always good to have an extra wide receiver. I think Odell benefits from playing with Matthew Stafford, who is capable of both extending plays and throwing the ball down the field, more so than other quarterbacks he's played with in the past. I also think he'll benefit from playing for Coach Sean McVay, who's extremely good at scheming up yards after the catch opportunity for receivers over the middle of the field. Finally, I think this benefits the Rams' run game. It basically benefits everybody because defenses are going to have to really go light against this group. honestly, this is just a case of the rich getting richer when it comes to the Rams. Now, as far as Odell goes, to me, this tells us a lot about his priorities. He is not looking for targets. If he was looking for targets, he would have gone to the Patriots or the Saints or even the Packers. This gives him an opportunity to make big plays in big moments. And Ryan, I hear what you're saying, but I think he can do that on a national stage with this team.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.